Alright guys, it's been a while since I've done a state of the collection. I know a lot of people like to watch these. It's actually kind of a good thing for, me. I do the videos, but like even you, maybe it's a good thing to like sit down and write down what you have and, if they fit into what you're doing. I've been having these conversations with a lot of people about collecting versus flipping versus upgrading and all that good stuff. And that's a whole real good topic we'll get into soon. But I'm going to start off with my orange monster. So, and you guys have heard me say in the past, it's not just a Seiko orange monster. Like you couldn't take this one and grab the exact same model and put it in place. Like it's this one that is my orange monster. So like if something were ever to happen to this, I wouldn't replace it, if that makes sense. It's this one that I have all the memories attached to and scratches and all that good stuff. So I'm going to start out with the Seiko, and I'll try to throw them in the background here. I don't know that everything will fit in one shot. I don't. It's not like. So when people ask me too, like how many watches do I have, and the best answer I can give you, because I legitimately don't know how many. And I'm not even going to keep count here. You can keep count. But my answer is usually it's less than you think, but more than I think, if that makes sense. So, all right, next up we're going to go with a bone stock SKX009. My good buddy Michael gave me this. I've bought and sold many of these, and it's, I don't wear it very often. And part of the reason why I keep it is just a reminder of what, when I build these SKX models, it's a nice reminder to put them side by side. Well, let's do that real quick. We'll do a little side by side. It's nice to do a side by side so you can see what they look like bone stock and then like what your mod looks like. So that's why I keep a stock 009 around, and big thanks to Michael for hooking me up with that guy. And then we'll just jump right into this. This is probably one of my favorite builds. I mean, I like most of the builds I've done. Almost all of them I really enjoyed. But this one, for some reason, you guys know I'm a sucker for the metal bezel. And this having the Yachtmaster look to it is just really cool. I'm a big fan of this one. And there's only one other one that I've built. I know other people have built them too. So keeping on with the Seiko, let's throw in a technicality. So I have this. I purchased it, and I still hold ownership of it until the guy that is commissioning or doing the special build on this one, until it gets paid for or whatever. Then I own it, I guess. So technically, this one is mine. So that I already forgot the model number on that one even. And actually, if we're talking technicality, I still technically own this, even though it's really not really a watch, but it's just the case and bracelet. I still haven't figured out the selling of this yet. I just haven't made it a priority. I know there's a few people that want it, but nevertheless, it's almost a watch. It's just missing the watch part, right? So I think I have one more. Seiko. Yes, I do. So my more recent purchase of the Seiko lineup is the SBBN 039. Is it 039 or just 39? I think it's 039. This is number 603 of 700, and I absolutely love it. I have no intention of getting rid of this for a very long time. Borderline could even be put up there with that monster status. So I intend to keep this thing for a very long time. I'm very happy with that one. So let's move out of Seiko and let's move into, I got a couple of random pieces. Let's do a couple of random ones. So I have here, I do wear this one actually. I'll get in a rhythm with wearing this. This is the Citizen Hyper Aqualand. This was something that if you go back and listen to the story, I found a guy in a sea of Rolex Submariners. He was wearing one of those. I was on vacation. I ended up going over and talking to him, and I just really kind of fell for the watch. And then when I got back home from vacation, I started my quest looking for one. And I finally found one that I was able to throw some money at and purchase, and I really like having that watch. So that one's a fun one. All right, and we have, again, this might be a technicality because this is a prototype and it's lent in by Carlos. I need to actually get a hold of him and see where this needs to go next. But regardless, even if I, for some reason, don't end up getting to keep this, sometimes I get to keep prototypes, but I'm going to get one because this white dial with the black lume numbers and indices is just, I'm gonna own one of those, period. So that's a must. And then the predecessor to that is the bronze one here. And you can see I've worn this plenty. It's starting to get some good patina on everything, and it's on a watch steward strap. Super comfortable and super durable. So big fan of those Adragas of the Borealis line. And then before we get into the big hitters, let's talk about some G-Shocks. Of course, we have my classic gold square. Big fan of this one. This one that pushed out the chrome or bright series one and the one on the strap and everything. As soon as I tried, I think Bruce lent over his gold one. As soon as that happened, I knew instantly those other ones were for sale and that I was getting a gold one. And I got hooked up with a good deal on this gold one from my buddy Mimo. He sells G-Shock and Seiko and Hamilton now, so big thanks to Mimo for hooking me up with that. Speaking of G-Shock, let's talk about one that I've actually had a while and I fully intend to keep as well. This is one that I carry with me in my work vehicle. And if I'm going to be in a situation, say I'm wearing my Tuna or any of the other like metal watches, and I'm going to have to get dirty and dig a hole and do all this other junk or something, or just go work on an appliance or something like that, I will typically put this watch on. It's super comfortable. I know it can take a beating, and G-Shocks look cooler when they're beat up anyway, so it's always nice to have that. This is the Solar 56 positive display, and then I put the combi on it off the negative display one. And people still ask me, like, how do you get these bracelets? How do you get these bracelets? Guys, there's no magic trick. You buy the 5610 with the combi bracelet, and you take the combi bracelet off it, and then you put it on this. Yeah, it sucks, but that's the way it is. Or you can get the 6900 with the combi bracelet if that's cheaper, and you can harvest that because they fit. Next up is actually another gift from my buddy Mike. Michael hooked me up with this guy. This one I've worn a few times. I don't really wear it too much, but it is a really cool, borderline kind of rare model with that red tint to it. So another really cool G-Shock. They're going to start piling up now. And then I still have my 7900. This is probably the most comfortable G-Shock that is on the larger size that feels smaller, if that makes sense. So if you're looking for something that is bigger than the square, but not a big honking, model like this, then I would highly recommend the 7900. So that's that guy. This guy, maybe another technicality. I'm pretty sure this was my son's watch, and he hasn't worn it forever, and it's just been sitting around, so I figured I'd throw it in the collection. Don't leave stuff laying around me. All right, so this is another one, a little dirty, but this is the 35th anniversary, right? Yeah, it's a 35, so it's a DW5035D. You can see there. Non-solar Project Team Tough has the brick front on it, and then the gold pushers and everything, and then I put it on a combi as well here. And I still have the factory strap and everything, but love my squares. And let's see, and then of course I have the Frogman. I have still not done the video on this. I need to clean it up a bit, and then I will do the video on this. Big fan of this massive watch. It is big. There's no getting around it. Yes, it wears fine, but it is big, even on my 7¼ inch wrist. But I still love wearing it. It's just too much fun, too cool. A more recent pickup, actually, from John over at Watch Cage is the MTG. This was my first exposure to the MTG line of Casio and G-Shock. Amazing watches. 100%. If you guys can score a deal on one of these, do it. Sapphire crystal, Bluetooth connectivity, still has the multi-band. The straps are super comfortable. You can get them on bracelet even. I haven't done the video on this one yet, but you can get them on bracelets. The bracelets are awesome. But yeah, that one's sticking around for now. or for a while or whatever. I don't know. I never know what I'm going to do. Okay. Now I have some little bit heavier hitters, I guess, if you will. The Zen 104 green dial. I know I just kind of technically put it up for sale. I'm torn on this, but I'm also not worried about it because although the green and the limited of 500 is awesome, I constantly need to free up money. So like to flip is part of what I do. I'm hesitant on doing this one because it is running at anywhere from 0 to +2. It has the ETA movement on it, and it's a limited edition. But I feel like a Zen 104 could pretty much always remain in my collection. So I'm a little indifferent on what I'm going to do with that. But I technically put it up for sale, so we'll see. If I do sell it, I guarantee it won't be the last 104 I own. Next up is the Breitling Colt. Now this is the gray dial. There's a white or lighter colored dial, and this is the full brushed one. Again, the dimensions of this and the brushing on it and everything, and the way Breitling does their crystal is just phenomenal. So this is definitely a Breitling that I really enjoy owning. So a little expensive, you know, compared to some of the other stuff I deal with. So I'm not sure. I mean, as of right now, it's staying around, but we'll see. Then, of course, I have the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39. Now, believe it or not, I toyed with the idea of selling this even, but I worry that if I sell it, I won't buy another Rolex. So I may just hold on to it. And I don't think I'm going to ever get it like any cheaper in the future or anything like that. And at some point, I'm going to want one again anyway. So it kind of just justifies just keeping it. So I don't wear it very much, but I'm sure in the future I will. So I think it's best just to hold on to it. I think there's certain watches once you buy them that maybe you just shouldn't sell. And this falls into that category. Some of the other ones definitely can flip in and out of that category, but certain ones I think it's best just to hold on to. So anyway, guys, you know I babble on and everything like that, but that's it. And you can see there's no real cohesion to my collection. It is very random. So, but I buy what I like, when I like, how I want to, and I try to remain fluid. So if things need to leave and new things come in, then so be it. But it really does help me appreciate and hold on to what I have when I have so many people lending in watches and everything like that. It kind of draws the attention away from having to flip watches to get new ones in to share on the channel. So I really appreciate everyone lending in. You guys are all part of me being able to keep all this stuff. And thanks for watching, I guess. And maybe write down your collection and assess what you want or what you want to do with it or something like that. It's okay to remain fluid. It's okay to hold on to things forever. However you do this hobby, it's your personal journey, and just take it and enjoy it. So I'll see you guys on the next vid.